Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to dive into a topic that might surprise you. We are living in a most comfortable time in human history. And these days, some people actually have the choice of whether they want to work or not, and somehow their lives don't really change that much. Crazy, right? And in this video, we're going to hear from people who try to spend what they don't work, and I just want you to listen with an open mind, because many of the reasons they give, why they might sound harsh or even a little uncomfortable for you, you have to admit it, because this is their perspective and they do make some sense in some way. So we cannot judge people just based on their personal thoughts, right? Just one side, it doesn't really true. So now let's watch some clips together and dive into it.
Not that I don't want to work. I want to work. I want a job. I want a routine. But I have kids and no support system. I moved to a completely new state away from all of my family so that I can be in a better situation. And these are the steps and processes that I have to go through. So with that being said, applying for jobs is not easy. I have this big of an availability, and a lot of jobs don't like that. So when I'm going through the hiring process and we're going through availability and all of these things, and when my window is only 3 or maybe 4 hours where I can work, or initially I couldn't establish secure childcare. Yeah, I had a voucher, but I had a newborn infant, breastfed infant at that, where it's not easy to just leave my baby with anybody just so that I can meet all of y'all's standards and expectations. No, I'm going to continue to do what's best for me and my children and make sure they're good. If you don't like it, it's fine. God is on my side. And that's all that matters. So now when things change, when I can find secure childcare that I trust, and my child and me are ready for her to go to daycare, then hey, when my kids, when I can get my kids in the after school YMCA program to open that availability, then hey. But until then, being a mother just doesn't allow me to work right now, and I'm doing what's best for me and mine. So if you don't like it, that's fine. But just remember, we could all be in my shoes. Any day, anytime.
I refuse to work so that I can get government assistance. Every time I post a video asking people to watch the video so that we can afford rent, people say, oh, there are programs for disabled people. It covers everything, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that is true. There are many programs that cover services and supports for people with disabilities. In some states, those programs are automatic and not income-based. In other states, there are long wait lists. In the state of Texas, there are 3 main waivers for general disabilities. The problem is that they reassess every single year. And there's so much red tape that anything can get you bumped off, okay? So these are the impossible decisions that we have to make as parents, as special needs parents, to make sure our children get what they need. So it's like, do you keep them from making progress so they can stay on these waivers? Or do you help them get progress, get off the waivers, but then not have access to benefits?
Have to, if we make over $5,000, then SSI will either deduct it or take it off. Like if you're making $900, and let's say that your incomes are like $3,000 or like $5,000, they'll take it off like from the monthly payment that you're getting every month, or you'll have to pay it back. Or they just cut you and you're done. No, we have not hit 5K. No way. No. That's where they cut you. So that's like the maximum of our household. So if we go over that amount, but me and Aaron barely even go over that amount. There's another amount, which I'm not going to say that, but that's the amount where they start to deduct your, and I'm like $100 away from that. So that's why I got to be careful, but we're almost in the next month. So then I can start working more. So I have to wait 2 more days, for me to actually start working more. I personally think that I would benefit from like not getting SSI because I feel like that's hurting us more than helping us. But if I get rid of SSI, which that's my goal, is I don't want to have Cameron on SSI. I want a job. So once I get, if I get a full-time job, whatever the case may be, my plan is to get, because even if I got a part-time job, I have to report that income to that. And so with Social Security, you can only make, like, okay, for instance, like sometimes you can only work 35 hours or 25 hours or 20 hours. Like you can't have a real job because then you're going to go over the income limit. So it's like you either got to like work a part-time job and work with them with the incomes, or you stop your SSI and you work full time.
If you could make a career out of living off the government or living off of child support, then be my guest. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there is no shame in living off the government. Everyone in my comments is like, I work 40 hours a week and I don't even qualify, so quit your job. If you want food stamps so bad, why don't you quit your job and then you'll qualify for food stamps? Or you could get a better paying job so like that you could pay your bills and you're able to, have extra money. There is no reason that you should be mad at me. Be mad at the people that work down at DCF. I have nothing to do with their requirements. If you could make a career out of living off the government or living off of child support, then be my guest. Do it. Get your bag, girl. These programs were designed to, help people that are in need and to help them stay afloat. Sometimes it's not a choice. Sometimes it's a necessity for you to be on these programs. So who are you to say you're just taking advantage of the program? You're just lazy. You don't want to work. Okay, that's not your problem. It's not affecting you, right? Because you're still going to pay your taxes, and your taxes are still going to go to all the peoples that want to, be bums and be on government assistance. And bums is the word that you guys use. To me, they're very smart, actually, because they're just staying at home relaxing while you guys have to, slave yourselves at a 9 to 5.
And to look at it from the other's perspective, we watch a clip of a person with a disability. Despite facing many difficulties in life, they're still working hard and contributing. It is a powerful reminder that determination and willpower come in many forms, and that we shouldn't make excuses to keep up in the face of obstacles. That is the video, everyone. Now I'd like to share some of my personal thoughts about this issue. We've just heard all of the reasons why people don't want to work. Honestly, many of them sound like excuses to avoid responsibility, while others to make you stop and think. But one thing is clear. There are people today who truly believe they don't need to work in order to live, here's where it gets controversial. Is this a sign that society is getting lazier, or is it proof that we've reached a new level of freedom? Personally, I believe if everyone thought in this way, the whole system would collapse in no time. And so, what about you? Do you see these people as a little bit lazy, as the victims of the system, or maybe even as pioneers of a new wave of life? You interrupt the host in the comment section below, and I want to see how divided this debate really gets. And if you enjoyed this video and want some more raw and future takes, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button. There's much more to come. And I see you in the next one.